Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Heat versus video. And this time I'm going to be matching up Heat against Axel. I mean, obviously I already did X and Zero, so Axel was the next logical choice. But this one probably won't be as long as those two were because honestly, in my opinion, the way I have this set up, which I'm going to explain to you and give you decent details about, Heat versus Axel, X version Heat versus Axel. Okay, so the long and short of this is they're both young characters, not very well experienced as X and Zero are, though Axel himself actually has a decent amount of experience. He's also very, I guess you'd say, he's very quick to jump the gun and try to do something without thinking. Like, there are plenty of times where he has done a decent job of being very sneaky, as in the ending to Mega Man X7, where it seemed like Sigma had basically knocked him out of this, I think it was the space colony. Like, he basically knocked Axel out of the space colony, but Axel came back as if he was Red from Red Alert and ended up putting the final shot to Sigma's chin when he tried to merge with him, I guess. But Axel himself kind of, without thinking about things, Axel kind of just runs into the battle head first and headstrong. So while he's quite capable and he's quite skilled, he is the brash type. He is the type that will get himself into some trouble because he didn't sit down and take a moment and kind of think about his actions before he did it. Whereas Heat, X version, I mean, yeah, he's kind of like that because he's also young, but he's not so brash as Axel is. He'll take a moment to stop and think for a second and try to figure things out. Plus, I guess, like, putting it down to it, skill-wise, they're probably on par. Like, I'd say they're on par with each other. Experience-wise, Axel, I'd give Axel more experience because Axel's technically, as far as how my plot and storyline go, Axel's been active longer, so it would make more sense for him to be a little bit more experienced. But Heat is also very adaptive. Like, yeah, Axel probably may seem more adaptive because of the fact that he has the transformation ability, but mentally, I think I'd put Heat a little bit further than Axel is. And that's more or less because he was designed to be a merged version of X and Zero as far as his mind goes conceptually. And he's maybe not as skilled as Zero, but he's close enough where he could utilize some of the tactics that Zero would use against somebody like X against Axel. So in the long run of things, like, while it would be a close battle, and I would always figure it would be a close battle among, like, the main characters of the X series or the higher tier characters of the X series, I would give this one to Heat. I would give this one to Heat more or less because I think he would outwit Axel. Not because he's more capable than Axel, but because he would outwit him. Because honestly, the way my story was set up for the characters, I'd say Axel probably is the better as far as combat capability is, but when it comes down to it, Heat would probably figure him out, and that's the real gist of the two characters. Whereas, like I say, X and Zero balance each other, Axel and Heat would balance each other. Is how I see them. So I would give that maybe 6 out of 10 times to Heat. I'm not saying Axel wouldn't win, because there are definitely scenarios where Axel could definitely just take him out, but 6 to 10, I give it to the Mega Man X version of Heat. Now, if we went on to the more up-to-date version of him, the newer version of the character, I'm sorry, Heat just trumps him. he just trumps him. Like, it's like all that stuff where all the things where Axel would make a mistake at, and this version of Heat is quite a bit more adaptive than the X version that I came up with. he'd trump him. It wouldn't be. I mean, not saying it wouldn't be a contest. Again, Axel's a pretty capable character, but when I think about the fact that I have a character that can swap off armor parts and like not necessarily having to change out all of his armor, but if he can swap out different parts of armor as he sees the need to do, and he can do it on the fly, while Axel's change ability would be awesome to have, I don't think he can copy a variable armor system. Like, I think it's a transformation instead of being able to use variable armors. So even if he could, like, you know, copy Heat and fight him toe to toe in Heat's regular form, I don't think he could copy everything that he can do. Just like I don't think he could copy everything like X could do, which is what sets them apart. Like, they have very similar abilities, and one is, I'll always say, one is a more advanced form of the other. But the things that X can do with the variable armor system that he has, Axel can't copy that. Like, he has something that supplements that, so he doesn't need it, but he can't copy it. And I would apply that same thing to this version of Heat, like where he would go ahead and be able to say Axel can transform into all these different Reploids and stuff, and he can use those different abilities. Heat would have his armor system would allow him to keep up with that, and he could outpace and outthink him. So that would be the very big difference there. Now, like, again, it would be a drawn out fight, especially if Axel copied Heat. If he literally copied his form and fought him, it would be a dragged out fight. Even though, yeah, it would be close, Heat would still take it because Heat knows himself better than Axel does. Like, but that really would be it. That would be the end of it there. Like, there's nothing that I think Axel would really be able to do about it. I mean, yeah, there are some scenarios where he could win, but in most cases, I say Heat would take it. Like, at least not 8 out of 10 times, this version of Heat would take it over the previous version. So, like, that's really it. I don't have a whole lot more to go on. So, I knew I was just going to do this one anyway because I did X and Zero, like, and I wasn't going to exclude Axel because I like all of them. Like, but yeah, that's it. So, if anybody has any comments that they want to make, anything they want to say, go ahead and do so below. But thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears out for more stuff from me, and until the next time, please enjoy your games. Peace out.